All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans around the world, I would like to personally welcome you to episode 1 of the greatest pro wrestling podcast in the tri state area. None other than the Hot Tag Podcast. Let's come on. Let's come on. Let's clap it up, man. Come on.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
This right here is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything pro wrestling. All right. I am one half of your host, Rashad, and the other half of your host, my tag team partner in crime, the boy Justyn.
Yeah. Welcome to the first episode of many more to come. This is exciting. It's been a long time in the making. Me and my brother here. Yeah, I'm excited to get this underway and finally get this content out to y'all.
Listen, man, it's been a long time coming, but we here. We outside. We outside the AMG. All right. Now, since this is, of course, episode 1 at a Hot Tag Pod, it's only right that we discuss where our love and enjoyment for professional wrestling started. And of course how this podcast came about. So without further ado, I'm gonna let my co-host Justyn kick us off, man. So tell me, where did your love and enjoyment for pro wrestling come from?
I've been a pro wrestling fan since 8 years old, maybe even a little earlier than that. I became a pro wrestling fan through my dad, and ever since then I've been hooked. Yeah, so long time. How about you?
Listen, I mean, me, I didn't start watching it until my grandmother, she would put it on, and I'd be like, "Oh, what's this?" So I wasn't really like into it at first if it wasn't for her. So like just like you for your dad, it was my grandmother. I mean, we would be sitting there watching Monday Night Raw, and she'd be yelling at the TV, and I'd be sitting there like interested, like, that's a nice move. Or, what is he doing?
Graham was invested. She was immersed.
Listen, she was the one. She would be with a beer in her head. God rest her soul. With a beer in her hand. Oh, we get him. Oh, punch him. There you go.
She's a little stone cold. Oh hell yeah.
Hey, what? She was one of them.
Why?
Shout out to Grams, man. She put me on to pro wrestling. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be where we are today. And that's with the greatest pro wrestling podcast in the tri-state area. I mean,
only one episode in
only one, and plenty more, many more to come. So, but yeah, I mean, shout out to Grams. She was the reason that got me into it, and obviously, us linking up, which actually moves into how this came about. Us, being friends since 3rd grade, which is crazy.
Long
time. Us being friends since 3rd grade and having that mutual interest of pro wrestling, it was just like, man, we talked about it every day, and like I said, fast forward like 15 years, 16 years later.
Yeah.
Here we are. We started the podcast, man. So I mean, it's we got some years in this. Trust me, we have. This ain't like 2 dudes that just randomly met it. Nah, we got some time in here. All right, we valid.
So let's get into what is Hot Tag and what is it going to be about. Hot Tag in this podcast, we're going to cover everything pro wrestling news. We're going to be doing weekly recaps of both Monday Night Raw and Friday Night Smackdown, including any PLEs. On Saturdays, we look to have a podcast for you every Monday before Raw, a little something to watch before Raw comes on. Yeah, we are going to have trivia. We're going to look to incorporate different games. A little wrestling knowledge tests, a whole bunch of fun things. Uh, but this is the start. This is the beginning. So
Episode 1, man.
we appreciate anybody watching. Uh, you're going to be along for the journey.
Yeah, man.
From 1 subscriber to 1 million subscribers, to 1 listener to 1 million listeners.
Listen. And that's the bottom line because Justin says so. You know.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. Amen. So listen, without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. You feel me? Justin, can you start us off with our first show recap?
Wasting no more time. Let's get into this. We're going to speed through the Raw and SmackDown recap because I know everybody wants to hear about what just happened. We are filming this on Saturday. You will be listening to this on Monday, like I said, but Night of Champions just happened for us. Literally 2 hours ago now, and we're filming this. But before we get into that, we had a week of shows that we must get through first. So we're going to start off with the Raw from June 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Raw opens. First thing out, we have a Seth Rollins promo. Seth is basically talking about how he has the keys to the future of the WWE. He has the crowd in the palm of his hands in this promo. Everything he says, they were with it. They would boo when he wanted them to boo, cheer when he wanted them to cheer. He's real fired up in this promo. It's a really good promo. If you hadn't seen it, I would suggest going back and seeing it. He really covers a lot of different points in this promo. I enjoyed it. One thing I did find interesting, he's calling Paul Heyman the Oracle now. Paul Heyman is the Oracle.
So he's being called the Oracle, which WWE has trademarked the Oracle. So he is the advocate. He's the wise man, and now he's the Oracle. I mean,
I don't know. I don't mind it. It's different. They need to find something to differentiate Seth's relationship from Roman's. You can't have them both calling him the wise man. So I guess we're rolling with the Oracle for now. Yeah. Like I said, great promo from Seth. How did you feel about it?
So obviously we all know Seth is very great at promos. I kind of enjoyed. I don't know if it was scripted with him kind of going off the, you guys don't know what you want. Like, you don't know if you want to chant CM Punk. You don't know if you want to chant OTC. You know, you're like, then you're singing my song. Like, you guys don't know what you want. Like, I don't know if that was like in the script. If it was, I mean, that he Paul Heyman, somebody must be the Oracle because that was playing like beautifully. But if it wasn't, I mean, just smart move from Rollins for him to just like feel that energy and feel that crowd moment and kind of shift. I always enjoy his promos. I don't know what it is. It's like you said, he just has the universe in the palm of his hands, and he's able to deliver a solid promo that gets you like, man, like this is good. Like what? Okay, what? I'm intrigued to see what's next. You know.
Yeah, I am a huge Seth Rollins fan. He's one of my favorites right now. So I enjoy anything Seth Rollins really. From there, we go right into a Braun Breaker versus Penta match. The dog and Penta. Good match. Great match. I like the callback of Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman has been a heavy advocate of Braun Breaker for a while now. Even going back and doing some manager work with him in NXT at one point, I think they did. So I love that callback. I love the relationship that they have going on. I feel like that's going to be the play for the future. If Paul Heyman's around for a little while longer, he's probably going to end up being with Braun Breaker. Penta is getting very comfortable in the WWE. He's starting to get comfortable. He's starting to get the timing of things down. And Penta's been on fire. The crowd loves Penta. WWE has done excellent work of making him into a star already.
Yeah, I mean, just coming from, he has a bunch of experience, but who would have thought like that early? I mean, we all knew the rumors. Like we knew he was coming eventually. And when he did, it was like no short of like. I mean, he's been hot since he came in.
Mm-hmm.
Like and then the more like the longer he's there, the more he just gets more hotter. I mean, at first, like I said, some people they knew who he was, but they didn't like know who he was. But now they know. Listen,
They're quickly
on me.
finding out.
That match was great though. That was I mean, that match was so many great spots.
One of them we missed because of a Netflix ad, the one where he jumped from the ropes and the clotheslines him over the announce table. Yes. Yeah, we missed that in the Netflix ad. I was like, came back and they were both already over the table. Like, what the heck? What happened? Braun picks up the win with the spear here. Nasty spear to Penta.
I mean, and he jumped on the ropes. What was he trying to go for? Was he
probably like a crossbody type of thing, and Braun just obliterated him out the air with the spear. It looked good. Braun has the best spear in the business. Fuck you, Goldberg.
I mean, I can try not to be biased here. Try not to be biased. I was gonna say he has the second best spear in the game, but I'm not gonna be biased, and I'll agree with you there because we all know who the first one is.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Come on.
That's real quick. That's another thing about this show. There will be some biases being played here, as we each have our favorites, and they can kind of influence the way in which we talk about things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Especially when it comes to Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. That debate is coming soon, and it is one that we will die on two separate sides of the hill on. But we'll get to that for a later time. That's not the podcast. This is not the podcast episode for that right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not know what he is talking about. Okay, I'm being as non-biased as possible. All right.
See, at least I admit my bias for my favorites when it's time.
I'm not biased. I'm just saying. It is what it is. But yeah, that match, solid match.
Solid match to pick up the show.
Then we go backstage.
Backstage with Adam Pearce. That's when we find out that Dominic Mysterio is hurt and will no longer be defending the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles on Night of Champions. I'm a Dominic Mysterio fan, and that sucked for me to hear.
I mean, what? He must have gotten hurt at like a live show or something. But they don't even do live. Do they even do live shows still?
They don't really do too many live shows. I don't know how he got hurt. I don't know. I don't even think it came out on online in the media, but yeah, he's hurt. I don't know how long.
That's
So
that was weird. I wasn't expecting um Adam Pearce to say that. I'm like, he just wrestled, so I mean, hey,
yeah, so now that adds Dom to the list of people that are hurt, right beside Liv Morgan.
that's a long list.
A long list of people that are hurt right now. We also find out in this segment that we're going to have a New Day versus the Judgment Day for the titles next week on Raw.
Mm.
From there, we go into a Goldberg sit-down interview, and not much here. The same kind of echo sentiments from the promo he cut against Gunther on Raw. But one thing I found funny is, or I didn't know, that Goldberg isn't even actually from Atlanta.
It's like um I don't know where he's from. Like it's like a Midwestern state.
Maybe. I don't know. But he's not even from Atlanta, which I found funny because we're doing this whole thing about his hometown in Saturday night's main event, but he's not even really from Atlanta. I guess because he played for the Falcons and he wrestled for WCW, which was based mainly out of Georgia, and I guess, but I find that funny. I just find that funny.
It's just like that's not your hometown, but that's your residency. That's where you
Like,
live.
what?
That's where you
Why
played
are
at.
we even doing this? I just asked to my point of why are we doing this match? But
It's not needed, but hey, he's I guess
let's
Gunther's next.
go to the next. We get a Judgment Day segment. I guess Raquel is going to be kind of the enforcer of the group now. I don't know how I feel about that, but
I mean, she's just uh to me like Raquel is solid, but I think she's pretty much just gonna play the role of Rhea Ripley, but she's just not Rhea Ripley caliber. Because Rhea Ripley was sort of kind of like the enforcer.
yeah. We'll get into some stuff with her and Rhea Ripley later, especially once we get to the Night of Champions recap. But we get a Bayley and Lyra segment. Basically, Bayley says that when she wins the Intercontinental Championship, Lyra's first to get a shot. Go right into Jade versus Roxanne, Queen of the Ring, semifinal match.
Two juggernauts right now in the women's division. I mean, Roxanne, what they call her, the prodigy.
Roxanne is the prodigy.
You know, we all know a storm is coming with Jade. So, shout out to the bookers for booking that match because that was a solid match. I liked it.
Apparently, when Jade came in, Roxanne was one of the people that worked with her, so they have some chemistry already, and they showed in this match. The match came off really smooth, which sometimes that ain't always the case, has been the case in Jade matches, but this match was smooth. Very few hiccups. I enjoyed this match. Roxanne got a lot more in here than I thought she would. She got a lot of heat in this match. And Roxanne just showed how good she is. She is so good and so young. She's going to be such a big piece of this women's roster for so long. Such a big career ahead of her. So shout out to Roxanne. She might not have won this match, but she is definitely on the fast track.
Yeah, she got a lot coming in the future.
Jade was interesting in this match. She did a lot of interesting things. At one point, she decided, I'm just going to jock Big E's whole flow with the 5 and do 5 push-ups. I'm like, oh, we just jocking my boy Flo just like that?
You stole my whole flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
Said, okay, guess Jay's doing the 5 now. She licked Roxanne at one point. I don't know if you saw that. She licked Roxanne on the face right before a choke slam. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what is going on in this match with Jade? But freakiness aside, Jade wins with the Jaded, and we're getting Jade and Asuka in the finals. The Queen of the Ring tournament.
You look me. I told them cut the cameras. We ain't live no more.
Wrestling, sir.
You're right.
Refocus. We're back. Yeah. Rusev versus Sheamus promo backstage. Got League of Nations shout out in that. Shout out to League of Nations. If you know, you know. We go into the ring for a Gunther segment. And Gunther was popping his shit in this promo.
Mm-hmm.
He was popping it. He said it's not 1995, it's 2025. I embarrassed you once, I'm going to do it again. He's going to make sure the legacy of Goldberg forever dies. Goldberg was popping it. And I 100% agree.
Why are we like... This is just a waste of, like, you wasting 5 minutes. Like, at this point, this might as well be a like we could have got something more.
What's the over under on the time for this match? I wonder.
Do you know Atlanta's area code?
No, what is it?
One of the area codes is 404. So the over under for me is under 4 minutes and 4 seconds. That's
good. That's a solid Goldberg match right there. 100%. That's on par.
I mean, all his matches been 7 minutes or less. So
right.
Definitely under 404. Like, and if they do anything more than 10 minutes, it's gonna be bad. And I pray and hope that Goldberg does not hurt Gunther, because if he hurts Gunther and they got to strip him of the title before SummerSlam, I'm gonna lose it.
That is worst case scenario, and we're hoping that it doesn't go like that. Decent promo from Gunther. We go from there. A lot of backstage segments and promos, period, in this show. It's kind of what fills up a lot of Raw these days. Sammy backstage with Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is doing what everybody in the WWE seems to do the same as him right now, and that's shit on him. He tells him he will not win a world championship. And Sammy, I guess, decides he's had enough. And he punches Karrion Kross. And we're going to get a Sammy versus Karrion Kross match that at first I didn't know when it was going to be for until literally the day. And I found out it was going to be a Night of Champions. So,
yeah. I mean, they needed a match to take over for Dom and AJ.
It's going to take the place for AJ and Dom at Night of Champions. It's kind of a home crowd for Sammy and Saudi, so they're going to be invested in he does. Karrion's been getting over recently. He's been kind of petitioning himself for some matches, some high spotlight matches, and it'll get bigger than Sami Zayn. So should be good for the both of them.
Yeah, I agree.
The replacement. We go straight into Bailey versus Becky for the IC title. Uh, this match was really good. Anytime you have any combination of the four horsewomen, you know it's going to be a banger.
Oh, Bailey Becky. Yeah. I'm sorry, I left that out. I mean, we kind of predicted, like, before the match even started. I asked who was going to win or who you thought was going to win, and we both agreed that we had Becky by shenanigans. Even before the match, and obviously during the match there were some shenanigans going on. But the bigger shenanigan is none other than Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, this match had a lot of cool stuff in it. There was an arm wringer off the top by Becky that was nasty. And the match was back and forth paced. Lyra ends up costing Bailey the match, so I can assume this is probably going to lead to a triple threat between the three of them for the IC title. I don't know who wins. Maybe they go Bailey to win the title, or probably keep it on Becky. I don't know. It could go either way.
I mean, I think they keep it on Becky. Why not? They keep it on Becky. It makes sense in my eyes. I mean, right? Don't get me wrong. Like Lyra, she was a fighting champion. She was like a solid first champion, like an inaugural champion. Um, but I mean, right now, I enjoy Becky. I enjoy Becky as champion. I
Uh,
think they get her.
yeah, we'll see what happens there. It's backstage segment with Chad Gable, Penta, and then we get into Raquel, who gets in the ring, calls out Rhea. They get into a fight. Um, a lot of tables, a lot of putting each other through tables. Um, I question: how do you feel about the Slim Jim table?
I mean, it's promo.
I
Like
know how I feel about it.
it's brand. I don't think it's needed, but it's money. So then they need money. So I don't really care for it. But
Here is my thing with the WWE. I get the branding, putting the logos in the ring, the Prime Station. I get it all, but now we're just putting logos everywhere. From there, we're going to Jake and Cody in the main event, King of the Ring semifinals. What did you think about this match?
I mean, this this is probably in the running for like match of the year. I think so. I think like not only the match itself, but like just the storytelling in the match and how they incorporated that. I mean, you couldn't tell, who who was gonna be the one. Like it was just it was one of those matches where you like couldn't really blink and you kept your eyes open. Like you didn't want to miss a thing. Um, and that's how I feel about that match. I mean, that match, in my opinion, has to be like one of the matches of the year.
They definitely went for it here. There's a lot of cool things in this match. A cool spot where Cody does a Kimura lock that he kind of in a callback to his matches with Brock, and then Jay reverses it into a sleeper hold, callback to his matches with Gunther.
Hmm.
Um, Cody ends up winning with the Crossroads following Cody Cutter off the top rope. And Cody Rhodes is going to King of the Ring, United Champions Finals.
Yeah.
Great match for the two of them. Great match, main event Raw. Uh, Raw has been killing it with the main event since the move to Netflix, so I
Yeah.
expected nonetheless from this match. One of Jay's best matches by far.
I agree.
Jay held his weight in his match with Cody, and they put on a banger.
I agree.
Great call as we go off the air with Michael Cole saying Rhodes versus Orton. Someone will define their legacy. I thought that was a cool little point to hammer home as they was going off the air.
Hey man, Michael Cole
We'll
always
call
got
back.
he always got some like one liners that really get
Yeah.
you like hyped up.
Get you hyped up for the show. Yeah. That was Raw. What you think of the show as a whole?
Um, I mean, I think the show was fire. I mean, a great opener, Braun and Penta. I mean, that match was solid, like start to finish. Um, like a lot of backstage segments, but I understand it because they're trying to get stuff created for uh the next pay per view and the directions that they're going. Obviously, after Night of Champions, um, But I mean, my two highlights would have to be the Braun and Penta and the Jay and Cody, like opener and closer for me. Those two matches really help like that show, at least for that week, just be great to me. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Regardless of all the promos and segments, it's done in a way where it doesn't feel like it's overbearing and doesn't take over the show. It's pretty quick. Raw has been a pretty quick and easy watch for me recently, and it wasn't always that way. Um, Highlights for me, I would probably say both the tournament matches. I really enjoyed both of those. Um, they both got some time, both got to work. So, yeah, solid show, solid Raw. Fast forward to SmackDown of the 27th. We start off the show with Cody Rhodes and a Randy Orton promo. Now, this SmackDown was filmed in Saudi. So the start time for anybody that's on the East Coast, like we are, would have been early, like what time? 3 o'clock or something like that.
for what? For the start time
Yeah, for SmackDown
on the West Coast,
on the East Coast.
on the East Coast. So yeah, I think it was about like four or five, something around there.
Yeah, if you wanted to watch it live, it would have been like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it live. I don't think you watched it live either.
No.
But if you were watching it live, you know that this promo got interrupted as the feed on Netflix if you were somehow able to watch it in the UK or somehow the feed from Netflix cut. So a lot of people, I guess, live didn't get to see this promo. You said,
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. They didn't get to see it. I think it was like I don't know how it normally looks. And so like in the beginning, if you watch like Monday Night Raw on Netflix, it always has like a kind of like a vignette of like superstars like Roman and Bianca and Cody. Um and it says uh will return back, or like, SmackDown, or whatever show you're watching will return soon. So that was up for maybe about 30 minutes. Once it cut out from the actual live feed of SmackDown, that was up for about 30 minutes. And obviously, people on X were like, "Oh, what's going on? Like, is something happening?" Da, 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 kind of worried. Um, but Michael, once it finally came back to air, Michael cleared it up. Said, like they apologized. There were some technical difficulties going on. But in the live, he didn't really. They didn't show the promo back. Like he just said, they had
That's crazy.
a face to face, because they meet Saturday. But they didn't show the live promo.
That's
Now
wild.
I don't know. Did you watched it at 8 o'clock for the East Coast for the people that don't have Netflix International, right?
Mm-hmm.
Said they showed the they
Yeah, they
showed
showed. For me, they showed the promo by like a different camera angle or something.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that that angle was what WWE uploaded to socials and YouTube of the promo. So if you saw that, that's from another camera angle, not the actual live angle that we usually see.
yeah. The promo was good. A lot of history between that's like just out in the open. It's just right there in front of you between Orton and Cody heading into this match. Both men discussing their need and want to become King of the Ring, and what they've been through with Cena. I don't understand people. Real side point. I don't understand people who say that Cody isn't a good promo.
No,
I felt like Cody. I feel like Cody is a great promo. I feel like he showed it here. Uh, yeah, I don't understand that. It's something I see online. A lot of people don't like Cody Rhodes as a promo. People don't like Cody Rhodes, period, and I get it. But to say he isn't a good promo, it's just false.
yeah, I don't
Uh,
believe in that. But
we go into Jimmy versus JC Mateo in a match.
did you hear the biggest pop of the night?
That's
No
the
pop.
biggest pop of the night.
No pop for JC Mateo. I mean, the crowd was solid. I mean,
Yeah,
they were singing. They were singing a bunch of people theme songs. They were like yelling when JC Mateo came out. My man's got crickets. That's not his
yeah.
fault.
I don't think the Saudi crowd is too familiar with JC Mateo, formerly Jeff Cobb.
Hmm.
And to be fair, like he's just got there. I'm sure they'll find a way to capitalize on and make something out of him. But yeah, the crowd was not very into JC Mateo. Uh, JC is good though. Like the moonsault he hits, I don't understand how he hits that moonsault so smooth every time like that. That's a
For his size, the state of moonsault is like, wow.
yeah. Nothing really crazy here. JC wins. Uh, Solo tries to recruit Jimmy. Jimmy is having none of it. They attack Jimmy and Jacob comes out to make the save. They hit Jacob's music so loud I couldn't even hear it.
Hmm.
You want to talk about pop? That's when you heard it. That's the crowd got a little bit more loud then. Uh, but yeah, Solo versus uh, Jacob at Night of Champions for the U.S. title. And just furthering that storyline. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
And it was a good match, and we'll get into that match later on, a little bit later. We get a tag team backstage promo with DIY trying to rally all the tag teams. Nick Aldis walks up and Andrade just walks past and gets put into a tag team match against DIY with a mystery partner. Will we find out later? We get a Julia Zelina promo package that leads into their match for the Women's U.S. Championship. Zelina comes out with the crazy Cobra snake attire that she had. Zelina Vega fans in the comments, you tell me what the correlation was. Usually I'm hit to Zelina's costumes and cosplays, but this one threw me for a bit of a loop. I didn't quite understand this one. Not hating, just didn't understand it.
Maybe she like Cobra Kai. I don't know.
She's a Santino Marella fan.
Hey,
yeah,
don't put it past
paying
her.
homage to the boy. Zelina was really good in this match, despite all the jokes. She was good in this match. This match was solid. Julia is going to be a star, a big signing for WWE, and they treating her like it.
Mm-hmm.
He just got called up. Julia wins the belt here. Clean.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you look at her stint. I mean, outside of WWE, and then when she got to WWE, like, look how fast they put a title on her too. I mean, it's clear that they are confident in her, and I agree with them.
She won the NXT title, and they called her up, and now she's U.S. champion. They obviously see a lot of Julia. Julia is great, so I'm sure she's going to have a great championship run.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see, who her first, opponent or her first rivalry is going to be. Are they going to run it back with Zelina? They're going to do somebody else. You never know. But I'm excited.
I think they may run the match back. Not against it. We got Alexa and Charlotte backstage segment where Alexa is practically begging at this point to be Charlotte's friend. I don't quite understand why, but yeah, she's in need of a friend. I guess Lily ain't cutting it anymore. We got an Asuka and Jade promo before Queen in the Ring. Wade Barrett brings them both out, kind of, and interviews them both in the ring, face-off style. How'd you feel about this promo before I get into it?
So, I'm gonna be honest. I think I got like sidetracked, so I wasn't able to watch the. Oh no! I'm sorry. I did watch it, but I still got sidetracked in the sense of I had to do something, so I had it in the background. So I was like listening, but I wasn't really like tuned in. But I did stop and pause when uh, proceed with caution. Naomi came out. So I watched it back, and I mean, first of all, I don't know about you, but I mean, Oscar's English is getting better. It's getting better to me, at least. Um, I think she was able to hold her own a little bit more with her English improving. Um, Jade is Jade. She, the thing with me about her is her promos, like, have, I'm gonna put this. They're pretty much rap the same, just a different.
Yeah. I felt like this promo personally between the both of them was kind of empty.
Yeah.
This promo kind of felt empty. The crowd wasn't too much into it. It just Jade, like you said, Jade felt like she was kind of cutting the same promo. She always cuts, and when you got the language barrier between her, the crowd, and Asuka, especially in Saudi,
Mm-hmm.
I think this that's kind of why it kind of fell flat. Naomi did pick it up. She kind of saved the promo, so luckily they were able to bring her out there. The crowd gave her some reaction. Uh, Jade tries to attack Naomi. Naomi, she pushes Asuka out the way in the process. Uh, Asuka then gets up, attacks her, and that's kind of how that promo ends.
Oscar does her Oscar thing.
Yeah. From there, we get a R-Truth and Aleister Black altercation, where R-Truth kind of interrupts Aleister Black as he's trying to talk to Nick Aldis backstage, asking for John Cena, and they tell him, like, John Cena's not here for you tonight. And R-Truth basically decides to take things into his own hands. From there, we get DIY versus Andrade and his mystery opponent, a mystery tag team partner, my bad, Ray Phoenix. Welcome back, Ray Phoenix. Well, not welcome back. It's just we hadn't seen him in a couple weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ray Phoenix comes out here, great tag entrance from the two of them. Look great. I wrote down before this match even happened. I wrote down before this match even happened. No way, this isn't a banger. Like, I just know that this. Anytime you get DIY, you get a Ray Phoenix, you get an Andrade tag team match with Tom. There's no way you don't get a banger out of this, and I was right. A lot of cool spots in this match. Shatter Machine by DIY. Crazy moonsault from Andrade where he basically almost moonsault into a foot stomp on Johnny Gargano. Ray Phoenix with the backflip off the top rope into the German suplex. They were going for it here.
There was some crazy spots.
They were going for it here, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of it. Great match.
I wouldn't be mad as of right now. A Ray Phoenix Andrade little tag team run. I wouldn't be mad at it, at least until the Lucha Bros comes in.
Yeah, they choosing to keep them apart for a while and keep Ray Phoenix on SmackDown. Then, hey, I wouldn't be mad at it. I would not be mad at it. They actually looked really good as a tag team, and they picked up the win over DIY. So they the announcer said they're undefeated as a tag team. So we'll see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
We continue the Aleister Black and R-Truth storyline as R-Truth comes out to call out John Cena, and Aleister Black basically comes out behind him and hits him with the black mass.
I mean, sets him right up.
Yeah, I guess we're setting up for R-Truth and Aleister Black match, maybe storyline. I'm interested to see how that goes. I never really thought too much about an Aleister Black or Truth situation. You told me a year ago that's where we were going. I would tell you why.
You got your mind.
Now, hey, I'm interested with this new series R-Truth. We get the Street Profits versus Y6 tag team match for the championships. The whole locker room was out here. At first, I thought it was a lumberjack match that I didn't know about.
Nah, hey, listen. I mean, the Wyatt's been making a lot of noise, and obviously everybody wants to be the tag team champions, the SmackDown tag team champions. So it's like,
So
why not?
why does the whole lock tag division need to be out here
Because
during
the
this
whole
match?
tag division has been beefing. All all trio, like all 4 or 5 of them, bro. They've
I
been
just
beefing.
I just find it funny because literally I'm watching the match and then I didn't came back from commercial and the whole ringside. I'm like, is this a lumberjack match? What is going on?
It's crazy.
Uh,
But we're
but
gonna see.
I later figure out why. Um, so quick. This match isn't really much, but before we get to the ending of this match, I want to say Dawkins is really good and underrated. I know Montez is looked at as the one that's most likely to break out post Street Profits, but people sleep on Dawkins, man. Dawkins is great.
Man,
Dawkins is really good.
they've been putting in the work.
He has been putting in a lot of work, and it shows. Um, this match ends by KO. Nothing really happens. Match ends by KO. All the teams jump in.
Okay, you mean DQ?
And yeah, I said KO. All the DQ. This match ends by DQ. Uh, all the teams jump in the ring and start fighting one another. Street Profits come out on the better on the other side, and yeah, uh,
Those over the top rope spots were like they were beautiful. They were beautiful. From Angelo, like he started it off. You feel me? And then I mean, of course, Montez. I mean, he didn't jump. He jumped over the top turnbuckle,
yeah.
like crazy.
And Montez athleticism always is crazy to see how athletic he really is. Uh, we'll see what happens with the tag titles and what they decide to do with that.
Hmm.
Um, you get Nia versus Tiffany in a last woman standing match for the title. Nia is on top for a lot of this match. Um, she is. It's a lot of Nia pushing Tiffany over to get back on top in this match. I will say, uh, Nia does a crazy splash to Tiffany off the apron through a table at one point. I thought it was over at that point, but Tiffany gets up. Uh, we got another table spot not too later. Tiffany takes over and power bombs Nia through the table. Uh, and then Naomi comes out. We get a we think we get a fake cash in.
Hmm.
Uh, Tiffany is able to thwart it. Hits Nia with a briefcase. Nia goes off the ring apron through 2 tables, and Tiffany wins the last woman standing match. I know my man's over here is real happy about that one.
A little bit, a little bit. Well, not gonna show it, but
Listen, I do like Tiffy. I am a Nia fan. I do like Tiffy though. Um, she's really good. So I'm not mad at her title reign. Uh, great match, good match. She looked strong. She showed heart and resilience in this match, which I think has been what they've been trying to establish for her
hmm
uh, in this title reign and build up her resilience and her grittiness. And I think they did that well in this match. They showcased that well in this match. He had to fight through a lot of adversity in this match.
He did,
And yeah.
especially that spot where Nia literally just waved and just flopped on her. I mean,
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Uh
but it was a good way to end the night. That was the main event, of course. That was a good way to end the night.
that was the last match. But as we know, not the last segment of the night.
No,
Because we still have John Cena and CM Punk. Cena comes out and he's basically saying how everything's been going according to his plan and how there's no one that can stop him, not even CM Punk. And then, brother, I tell you what happened next, I was not prepared for. And out comes CM Punk in his best 2002 2003 John Cena outfit,
hmm
and I lost it. I wrote it in my notes. I wrote, "Oh my God, Punk life." This was crazy. This was crazy, and it gets crazier. Punk gets into the ring, and he actually starts rapping. He actually starts rapping. This is crazy. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
But he's not a rapper though.
Cena's facial expressions this whole time are priceless. Punk is he has some jabs. He has some jabs in there. He said the crowd chants to Cena, "You can't wrestle." Uh,
He
what
said
else did he say?
he buried more wrestlers than Undertaker.
He buried more wrestlers than the Undertaker. Like some nice, really little jabs. He can't act uh, better than Batista's.
Yeah.
Like, and then at the end, he literally says, "I'm Kendrick Lamar, and you're my Drake." This is unhinged. This is unhinged stuff from CM Punk here.
Yeah. WWE
What is going on?
he finna get a subpoena. Drake finna write that. He finna sue them.
You already know Drake is coming with the lawsuit soon. What are we talking about? Yeah, they didn't just ruin their whole any chance of having Drake on a program at any time soon. This was a crazy promo from CM Punk in response to the pipe bomb promo that Cena cut last week. Last week. This
Mm-hmm.
was crazy. This was crazy. I laughed so hard this whole promo. I enjoyed it.
I was
Uh,
shocked. I mean, my face was just like, wow.
yeah, it was great. This was great. Punk is so good, man. Punk is so good. In 10 years ago, you would not have done this. But now, hey, it goes to show you it's a different time.
Creative, man. Creative ways.
Now, to what everybody has been waiting for. Uh, thank you for watching the whole pod. We get into Night of Champions pay-per-view premium live event. Sorry, I'm old school. I'm still a pay-per-view guy. Premium live event.
It's PLE now.
Yeah, PLE. We kick the show off hot with Cody versus Randy,
Mm-hmm.
King of the Ring finals. Uh, what did you what did you think about this match? What do you think was going to happen going into this match?
I mean, we knew this match was going to be hot when as soon as they came out, it took at least 5 to 10 minutes just for the crowd to stop singing their song.
Yeah, crowd was on fire for starters.
Crowd was on fire for these two. Um, I could tell there was a lot of emotions uh, in going into this match. I mean, you have literally student and mentor. Like this was a highly anticipated match um, between Cody and Randy, and I think they gave it what I expected. I mean, Cody just he kind of you can see the small cracks in Cody during this match. Like he was like when the he was taking advantage of the mishap with the back. Um, kind of switched up his whole game plan. Uh, you could tell he was just doing whatever. He's kind of getting to that what John Cena said, doing whatever it takes for him to win or for you to win. And you can slowly but surely start to see that form in Cody. Um, Randy, I mean, listen, Randy can pop that RKO out of anywhere. I mean, anywhere possible. That RKO is like ready to go. Um, I did enjoy the uh the second the second guessing of the punt kick. Um, you know, because it kind of shows like he's pretty much having a battle with himself. The voices. I mean, that's one of your closest friends, but at the same time, you are the Viper.
Yeah, that was one of the big elements of this match. Randy going for the punt kick at that stage uh, later in the match and kind of second guessing himself, which allowed Cody to turn things around. Uh, uh, yeah, both of them put on uh, a great match. Cody with the work on Randy's back, I felt like that was good. Uh, that the camera shot for that first RKO had me thinking that Randy was going to do it for a second, but no, the match continued. Uh, Orton, after second guessing the podcast, goes to cheat with a steel chair. The ref takes the chair away from him. He takes off the turnbuckle, tries to use that. Cody turns it around. Crossroads, 1, 2, 3, and Cody Rhodes is your winner of the King of the Ring tournament. Now, okay,
Mm-hmm.
or Rashad, did you see that happening? Who did you feel was going to win this match?
So I personally felt that they were going to do Randy versus Cena again, just because I felt it's too early to pull that Cody Cena trigger again. Um, Essentially because I think he's going to win that title back at the end of the year. So I had Randy. I'm not gonna. I had Randy. I thought Randy was going to redeem him, well, not redeem himself, but he was going to right the
No,
wrong.
yeah, he was in the match last. He was in the King of the Ring finals last year, so
Yeah.
he
So
lost.
and that wasn't his fault. That was a referee mishap. So I thought this is the year that he actually does it. So I went Randy.
Uh, yeah, I definitely was split going into this. I really didn't know where quite they were going to go. I was leaning maybe towards Randy because of how the match in St. Louis ended with our truth and everything. Maybe they would run that back to try to give Randy like a fair shot or something. But no, Cody wins here clean, and he's going to get the match at SummerSlam against Cena. Uh, we'll see what they do there. I don't think they will give Cody back the belt just yet, but uh, we'll see. We saw Randy at the end, kind of maybe looking like he wasn't too happy with the outcome of that match. maybe planting some seeds, maybe. We don't know. But yeah, Cody Rhodes is king of the ring. And he's gonna get the rematch. We're gonna get the rematch at SummerSlam, I guess. We will be in attendance at SummerSlam, so y'all can expect a vlog on the YouTube channel, Hot Tag Pod on YouTube.
Links will be in the description.
Links will be in the description. After that match, we get Raquel versus Rhea in a street fight.
Now, disclaimer: I was watching Night of Champions, but I was also getting my car fixed, and my phone was on 10%. So it was a rough day for me. I will say some of these matches, I don't know the outcome, nor did I watch the full match. But I don't like. Obviously, I want to know the outcome. So Justyn will be leading some of these matches. I have no response. I'm just gonna. So this is one of those matches where I maybe tuned in for about 5 minutes, and then I had to kind of prioritize my phone life. So this is all of you.
Yes, I basically take over the matches you didn't quite get to see. Raquel versus Rhea street fight. This is one I recommend that you go rewatch because this match was actually really good for what it was. I felt like both ladies fought hard in this match. They were really throwing them, especially Raquel. She was laying it in this match. And they did a lot of cool things here. At one point, Raquel set the table lid up on the barriers. It's like a table kind of makeshift table, and power bombed Rhea through it over near the timekeeper's area. I thought that was cool. I'd never seen anything like that before. Raquel had Rhea tangled up in the ropes and hit her with the candlesticks. Rhea would later get back. She took off her belt, start whipping her. I wrote down in my notes. Well, when you forget to take the chicken out the fridge, how she was whipping her. Right, it was funny. Roxanne interferes and helps Raquel stay in the match, and Rhea quickly turns it around and starts putting a whooping on Roxanne. Raquel is able to get the Rhea advantage for a second, and the match ends when Rhea does a riptide off the top rope. They had a table set on the top rope that's kind of like a platform, and off the top rope with the riptide on the Raquel, and Rhea wins the match. Rhea back on the winning ways. Look like she's going to try to go back for the Women's World Championship.
Makes sense.
After that, we get some shots of people. A recap of SmackDown with Julia and Zelina, and Julia winning the U.S. title. We should see Julia in the crowd with the belt. From there, we go into Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Shout out to Karrion Kross for getting himself on the pay-per-view.
Hey man, listen. Like you said, if as long as they make noise, he'll do what he can.
Yeah, he has gotten a wave of momentum out of support out of nowhere, it seems, and he's capitalizing on it. He's able to get himself on this show against Sami Zayn. Huge pop for Sami Zayn when he came out, hometown boy. in a way. Yeah, these two put on a decent match. Sammy does what Sammy does, great performer. The leapfrog into the clothesline will always be one of my favorite spots from Sammy. Karrion gets a lot of heat in this match, and Sami Zayn turns it around quickly with a haluva kick as Karrion Kross is running into the corner to load up some sort of clothesline or something. Sami runs out, hits him with a haluva kick, and Sami Zayn wins. Solid. You get Solo versus Jacob for the U.S. title next. This match was good. I felt like this match, Solo and Jacob were really trying to go for it in this match. It's been a while since we've seen Solo in a high stakes singles match, so it was good seeing him back. I felt like both of them were on one in this match. I mean, they were both fired up. Jacob at one point tells the ref, "Shut your ass up." I laughed a little bit for that because I was like, he's in that mode tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Solo started mocking Jacob.
Yeah, Solo mocking Jacob, doing his little dance at one point. Like, they were both like super ecstatic to have this match. You could tell they were super happy in there, having fun. And I wrote in my notes when this happened, what I'm about to get into happened. I wrote in my notes, he's back. Tangaloa.
The GOAT.
The boy. The GOAT. The man himself, Tangaloa, makes his return as Jacob is climbing the ropes, going for like a splash on Solo. JC comes out, distracts the ref, and Tangaloa stops Jacob, gets in the ring, hits him with like a final cut off the ropes, crazy style. Jacob kicks out. The match continues. Jacob is insane. Jacob hits a Fosbury flop over the ropes onto JC and Tangaloa. This man is crazy.
That was so nasty, yo.
That is so crazy for a man, Jacob Fatu's size, to be able to hit that move. Jacob is looking like he's going to overcome Solo, win the match, and we get a debuting Hikuleo, who pulls Jacob out of the ring, choke slams him through a table, and throws him back in the ring, and Solo wins the U.S. Championship. Hikuleo is finally on WWE television.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, I think there is a track record of Tongans that when they debut, they either mess up or they're off cue. Because I know you saw Solo's hand.
Yeah, he was a little late. He was a little late on the timing, but he got there. It's been how Hikuleo's been on the roster for how long? It's been months.
It's been
since they signed him. Maybe even a year since they signed him, and I feel like the pop would have been a lot louder if he wasn't on main event for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, like if nobody knew, like they knew he was signed, but like he didn't have any appearances, and he that was the first time he showed up on any type of like live or television. Like then it would have been like, oh snap. But yeah,
Yeah, he been wrestling dark matches for the last 3 weeks, so I think that kind of derailed its pop. Everybody kind of knew it was coming, but other than regardless, it was still a crazy moment actually seeing it get involved in a match. Um, yeah, he helped Solo win the U.S. title, and Solo wins his first singles championship in the WWE.
yeah, there you go. And the new bloodline has numbers again.
Yeah, Solo is trying to build the numbers back up on his team. Uh, yeah, I don't think this is done between Jacob and Solo. I think we still got some more legs and some more life left in this feud. But it was definitely cool to see Solo win the championship here. He's put in the work.
I think he deserved it.
Yeah, Solo has been putting in where he's grown like incredibly older. Like even less than last year, from where he started to where he is now, the growth is crazy. So yeah, Solo deserves it. Our next match is Asuka versus Jade Cargill, Queen of the Ring Finals. Uh, this was a good match. It was a good match. I was nervous as to how the timing of Asuka and Jade was going to be, but it didn't seem too off. It was really they were really on the money here.
Hmm.
Uh, Asuka really came off as dangerous in this match. She was countering Jade into submissions a lot. Really working on her, keeping her grounded with and with the strikes. Really, again, like I talked about Tiffany earlier, building up that resilience and having to fight for the bottom, kind of helping the fans gravitate towards them is a big part. And I feel like Jade really showed that in this match. She had to fight underneath. She ended up winning the match after Asuka goes to set up for the what is she calling it now? The running hip attack she does. I forget what then they're calling it now, but she goes for that move and Jade kind of catches her and gets her into the jaded and pins her. Good big win for Jade. She's kind of been they've been building her and taking it slow with her since she signed to the company. She came in and everybody thought she was gonna run right through the top, but that's not how they did it. They really took their time, uh, letting her grow with Bianca's team and uh, grow with like fight people like Naomi and just really let them learn and cultivate and really get the reps in and get comfortable. And I think now is the time to really start going with Jade and pushing her. And this is the start, Queen in the Ring.
Yep.
She's going to SummerSlam to face Tiffany. I think she wins here. I think she wins here. I think we will see Jade as champion, and my man is smiling over here because he knows what I think will happen next. Although I do think Jade will win the title off of Tiffany Stratton. I the Naomi cashing is just right there in front of our faces. It's right there, WWE. It will be impossible for them to miss the opportunity to have Naomi cost Jade the championship right after winning it. It fits. It fits. It's right there. It tells itself. Some stories just tell themselves.
Can't mess it up.
You
No,
can't mess it up. It's right there. Now
the main event.
we get into the main event. And this match right here, this 12-year-old Justyn was losing his mind during this match. Because I am a huge CM Punk fan. As you can see, I got the CM Punk shirt on. Repping my boy. I am a huge CM Punk fan. CM Punk is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And Cena versus Punk was a huge part of my childhood. So seeing them run this match back to me was just, I was living on nostalgia and I didn't care. I really didn't care. They could do no wrong in this match, in my opinion. One thing I found interesting in this match is going on before the match started. They put up a graphic, and I did not know that they were 6-6 between them. In all their matches, they had a 6-6 record against each other.
So
split even. I thought that was a tough little fun fact. The crowd came down a little bit during the Oscar and Jade match, but and even the Solo and Jacob match with some points. But by the time we get to this main event, the crowd is back on fire. They are losing it once we get into the ring. Once both wrestlers make their entrance in this match, it's this match. This match has a special place in my heart because I've seen them do this so many times. I just knew that this was going to be great. They really played the greatest hits in this one. They dialed up all the greatest hits.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is another match I have to rewatch at least the beginning and middle because I was there for the ending. I was there for the close of the match. Which a lot of roller coaster of emotions.
The beginning of the match is really it's slow style match. This kind of how all of John's matches are going to be now. Now that he's on his way out, but it definitely picks up in the end. The finishing segment of this match is crazy. I have literally just about all of it written down, and I'm gonna go through it. So you get they're like I said, they're playing all the greatest hits. CM Punk and Cena are doing everything that made their rivalry as great as it was back then. They're countering each other. We're getting AAs, we're getting GTSs, STFs. Like this match was, like I said, this match was great. You could tell they really played into the history, all of the history that they had, and really knowing each other better than the other knew themselves. We get a ref bump, and Rollins comes out. He shows up with Paul in the gang. And I noticed that there's no ref. And I said, oh, my man's is not coming to do a cash in. He's coming for Punk. He comes in. He six Bronson and Braun on Punk. They take him out. They put him through a table. Rollins signals for a ref to finally come down. Now we're thinking, now here's the cash in. And right as the ref gets to the ring, Cena just decleats this poor referee. I mean, he takes this man off his feet. Rollins looks at Cena. Cena gets in the ring. Cena AA's Rollins. Bronson start to attack Cena. Then Penta shows up. Braun meets Penta on the stage, takes him out. Sammy shows up. Sammy is and Braun brawl out to the side of the stage. Penta crossbody. They fight backstage. Punk pushes Bronson off the ropes. John Cena gives Bronson Reed the AA. They have a stare down. Punk extends his hand. Cena shakes it, gives him a hug. We get to see that Cena face, the Cena meme from Elimination Chamber when he turned on Cody. We got to see that again.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was funny. Cena goes to low blow Punk. Punk gets him up for the GTS. Rollins hits Punk with the briefcase, stomps him. Cena throws Rollins out the ring, pins Punk, and Cena retains the belt. This was a great finish. This finish was fantastic. You can't draw it up any better than that.
No, that was. I mean, that, like I said, all the roller coaster of emotions. That was just. That was a solid finish. I definitely can't wait to see, what goes on after this. I mean,
yeah, this was crazy. We're definitely probably going to go back into Seth Rollins, CM Punk feud. There's no chance this is over. Cena scrapes by another win by the skin of his teeth. And yeah, we're going into SummerSlam. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Running back.
What did you think of this show?
I mean, I
From
thought
what you did get to see.
From the stuff that I saw, it was a hell of a show. I mean, the always. Oh, listen, when they're in Saudi, it's always good matches in Saudi. Always good matches in Saudi. So I listen. I enjoyed. This was probably one of my favorite Night of Champions in the past few years.
Yeah, this was a great show. Everything on this show was solid. Like I said, the crowd did get a little low. There was a little low points in the Oscar and Jade match, but even that match wasn't bad. I think the crowd was trying to save their energy for the main event. So yeah, I enjoyed all this. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Night of Champions?
I would say like an 8.2.
8.2?
8.2. And it would have been a 10 for me if, a certain someone had showed up and messed everything up.
Right.
Well, we're not gonna get into that. But y'all know who I'm talking about. So I ain't gonna say no names. But what would you rate?
For me, I would probably rate Night of Champions. I'll go 8. solid 8. Solid show. Uh, Highlights being the main event for me. I really enjoyed the Rhea and Raquel street fight and the Cody and Randy match to start for sure. Uh, but yeah, that is our recap of the weeks of shows. Uh, we appreciate everyone in watching. Uh, this is the pilot episode. This is the first episode in the books of the Hot Tag podcast. Many more to come. This may not be our cleanest episode, but it's a start. And the more we do this, the more episodes come in. We're going to be we're going to be masters at this. We're going to be master potters by the end of this. Real quick, I wanted to say what I hope to gain from this podcast, and that's really, I really want to grow this podcast into uh create a real space in the wrestling community. Uh, Wrestling has been one of the biggest parts of me and my co-hosts' lives for as long as we can remember. So we look to sharing the hot takes and debates that we usually have, just the two of us, with the rest of you. If you have any ideas or anything you would like to see us do or talk about in the pod, please comment. We are definitely taking any ideas, any criticism into consideration. This show is not just about us; it's about all of you supporting. Uh, Anything you want to say to end it?
I mean, listen, we like you said, we're here to create a space, a real space for pro wrestling fans like us. And even if you're new and you want to get more into it, listen, we're creating that space for everybody. Everybody. This is a safe space. It's a real space. It's a space where you speak your mind, and we just talk about what we enjoy, and that's the ups and downs of pro wrestling. So, I have to agree with everything my co-host said. I mean, we we aren't doing this for monetary gain. We're doing this because we want people to know, like, listen, there are real people out there who enjoy what you enjoy, and we want you to feel like you're, you know, a part of that conversation, which you are. Like you said, we take any feedback, criticism, ideas. Like we take that input that into this. So I mean, we just want you to enjoy it, man. Just enjoy watching us talk about something that we enjoy, and I hope that we all enjoy together.
All right. So
So
that will be all for this week's episode of the Hot Tag Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your host, dear Rashad. I'm sorry, just flashbacks. I'm sorry.
Uh,
This
Man's
and
having name crisis over there.
hey, I apologize. I went through a Mick Foley phase.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey, this has been episode 1 of the Hot Tag Podcast. All right, episode comes out Monday. All of our socials and everything will be in the description. Um, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We'll catch y'all next Monday.